Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Ranita and I love doing everything related to makeup. Now today I'm doing two full face looks using the Nudetrals palette and the Cooltrals palette. If you need to see my full reviews on these two palettes, I will link them up here. Something should be popping up here. You can go and check those out. I have actually done, looks using every single shade in both of the palettes, and this is just for fun. It's a collaboration with my friend Erica, and I'm going to put her socials over here so you can go and support her and follow her. And she's also done two gorgeous looks. So I'm going to first start off with my Nudetrals palette. I'm so excited about this. I have like a dress and everything. I want to have the main shade be that one over there because that's actually the color of my dress. I'm a fall girl through and through. I love fall colors, and that's probably one of the reasons why I was so attracted to the Nudetrals palette. And I kind of feel like this color story works beautifully for fall. So I think I'm going to make that the main shade, but I do want to mix it up and see what I can create and just have fun. I feel like most of the time palettes are coming out so quickly that I never have time to actually appreciate and really enjoy a palette in the way that I want to, which is not having to test out every single shade. So I rarely actually get into being able to create looks later, and that's why I thought, hey, let me just do this. I think I'm going to go in with the color Lust, because I just think that's a nice shade, and it looks like that. I've already got my base on, so I'm just gonna tap a little bit of Lust here. I'm not sure yet, the kind of look that I want to go for yet, but I'm gonna be working very slowly here just to enjoy blending and everything else that I can, which I didn't really get to do with the initial review. But you can see how pretty that color is, even me just taking the tiniest amount, because this is how big my brush is right now. It's not a big one, but it blends out so nicely, and it really is so pigmented. So I'm just taking that slightly above my crease, blending that beautiful color out. This is lovely. Okay, so I've blended out that one shade to kind of give myself wings, and now I want to go in with the next shade, which is going to be the shade Icon. Icon is that really beautiful mustard yellow in the palette, which is sitting over here, and I'm just going to put the tiniest bit right over here in those inner corners. Nothing major, because it's just, kind of like a transition shade. You can see how that looks. You can see how that blends in. I really didn't take that much on my brush because it doesn't really matter to me if Icon is extremely visible. It's more just for me to have that inner corner shade here. And of course, if I really wanted Icon to show up in a very, very strong way, I think what I would be doing is going in with a cut crease of some sort, or even a white base, which is something I did do in the past. I would always have my white base on my eyes from P. Louise. That was one of my favorites. And I would use that. So anyway, you can see already the difference between this eye here and this eye here. Now we're going in with several shades. So I think what I'm going to do is Glitz. That's going to be the inner corner shade. I'm going to have that one in the inner corner as well, kind of as a highlight shade, and that's going to be the main thing. So because I've already gone in with my base, I do need to work a bit quickly. So I'm going to grab Glitz. So that's what Glitz looks like. It's such a beautiful gold kind of shade. I mean, it's like an orangey gold, but I really do like that color. So you can see that I'm not going directly into the inner corners. It's just to get a start on the look. Next, I'm going in with Desire here, which is very, very beautiful. This is a shifty shade, absolutely stunning. You will have so much fun with this one. It was one of my favorite colors from this collection, which is why when I was doing the look, I was like, I have to come back and I have to do a look with that, because if I don't, I will be very unhappy. Okay, you can see that. It's so pretty, and I love the way that it just blends into that purple shade, which I will come back in and reinforce just to kind of have a little bit more. But I kind of like how that shade is different, and yet it blends so well with that one. Going in for Luxe, which is that shade here, and I'm going to take the shade Luxe and we're going to put that here in the inner corners and kind of like the highlight shade as well. And I'm going to take that shade upwards, kind of like that. You can definitely get a sense of how this look is going and what it looks like. Now I am going to go back in and I'm going to reinforce the color Lust. So Lust is that purple shade here, which kind of works so beautifully, as you can see with the oranges. This is one of the reasons why I said this is an autumn palette. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Lust and gently tap here to just reinforce a bit of color there. You can see what that looks like. Taking it upwards as well. I'm going to take that purple shimmer and I'm going to put it underneath my eyes. So I'm just going to gently stamp that here. You can see how that's looking. I'm using a tiny brush just to get it where I want it to be. So yeah, that's basically that purple shimmer, but it shows up on my face like kind of like it's just blending in there as a deeper black shade or even a brown tone shade, but I do like that and I think it looks really, really good. Hey everyone, so that was my first look and I had so much fun creating it and I really love the finished results. It's a little bit predictable for me because I knew I was kind of going to go in and use all of the autumn shades, you know, to create this look because this is my dress and I kind of felt like the tones here really match that beautiful Desire shade. It's just, yeah, it's just perfect and I love that so much. So anyway, let me give you the makeup details. So for my foundation, I went in with Yensa, which is so predictable of me because if you've been watching the channel, you know that I use Yensa for practically everything. This has SPF 40 and it's amazing for dry skin. Now I did go over that with the Bare Pro 16-Hour Skin Perfecting Powder Foundation. This is the shade Medium 35 Neutral and I absolutely love it. Something else about this design that I love is the fact that the powder is here, and then if you lift up the powder, there's a space to put your sponge. How awesome is that? I have a code with Bare Minerals, so if you want to ever pick something up from them, you can use the code and I'll put it on the screen. For my blusher, I went in with this, the Luminous Silk Blusher by Giorgio Armani. This is in the shade 40, which is Mania. It's kind of a warm pink tone, and I really like it. So you can see just a hint of pink coming through on my cheeks. I love using this particular range because they blur pores and I just can't get enough of it. Honestly, I bought this in 3 more shades. I was gifted 2 and then I got 3 more because I was like, yeah, I just can't get enough of these blushes. I absolutely love them. They're one of my favorites when it comes to powder blushes. I love cream ones too, but for powder blushes, this is, you know, the one that I like reaching for a lot. And for my lip gloss, kept it very simple because I love Oulac Cosmetics. If you haven't tried these glosses, I highly recommend going and checking them out. And I do have a code for this, but I just love how hydrating this is and how it gives you just a little hint of color on your lips, which I feel I'm not really getting from other brands like Colourful. Like I actually picked up the Pokemon lip glosses and I was going to use this in today's look, but I wore it and I was thinking I'm barely seeing any of this orange coming through, you know, in terms of color. Like it just looked like a clear gloss, and only if you come really close, then you're kind of able to see a little bit of the color coming through. So I'm someone who prefers a little bit more color than just like a sheer kind of gloss with a hint of color and you don't even know if you can see the color or not. So that's one of the reasons why I suggest Oulac over this particular ColourPop one, because I was kind of disappointed with these glosses because I got the entire set. So I got, you know, all 3 and I was going to do a review on them. I'll probably do that again in a separate video where I test out all and I'll show you how they look on my mouth. But I was so disappointed really with the fact that they look so colorful and then when you wear them, the color doesn't really come through that much. So yeah, I kind of wish that Colourpop had actually made them a little bit more colorful because I would have personally enjoyed something like that a lot more. Last but not least, I didn't do eyeliner, but I did do lashes. So my lashes are from Temu. I actually used the same lashes over and over again. I cut these particular ones in half because I don't really want full lashes anymore. I think just sticking them at the end is more than enough for me. and I then use micellar water to clean my lashes with a Q-tip. So that's after every look that I do, I clean it and I allow them to dry, and it enables me to just keep going back and using them as much as I need to. Sometimes I go in with a bit of baby oil, but baby oil can actually destroy your lashes, so you need to be a little bit careful with that. But yeah, that's basically it for the makeup details, and this is how the look has turned out. I'm pretty happy with it. I like the colors, and I do wish that that orange was just a bit more intense. That's probably the only thing I wish, but I think that's also kind of my fault, because I did go in a little bit too, like, I think I went past the midpoint with that first shade, which is the orange. Well, it's kind of like a gold orange. Which shade was that? That was Glitz, yeah. So I think if I maybe focused a bit more on Desire, then I would have had like a bit of a stronger shift coming through. So I'm talking about that shade. I think I took it too in. I wanted that to actually be like the star. So I think that it ended up being Glitz more on my eyes, but it's okay. I still like the way that the look turned out, and I would still be very happy with this, if I was going out and I needed to do a look. So yeah, this is, my finished Nudetrals look. So now let's head into Cooltrals. I'm so excited to do the cool tone look, and I have a matching dress for that too. Hey everyone, welcome back for the Cooltrals tutorial that we're doing. So I want to do a slightly different color combination that I haven't tried before, and I think I'm going to go in with that shade here, this deep blue, this color here, and I'll see if I can include 1 or 2 more shimmers and some other mattes. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting mix, and I don't want it to be like similar to other things that I've done. So I'm going in first with that color Midnight, which is a navy blue shade. So I'm going to start by tapping that on here. You can see what that looks like. I think that I'm going to not make this a wing, so I'm going to just kind of keep it to the normal shape of my eye. And I'm going to do a little bit of blending as well. So I'm going to first put this slightly above my crease, which is generally how I do most of my looks. So that's going to be that. I'm going to blend out the navy blue with Crave over here. I'm just wondering how that will end up looking, because Crave was showing up like white for me. So I just want to see what will happen if I actually mix the two together. So I'm just adding a little bit of, you can see, that actually looks quite nice. But of course the pink is completely gone, like it's just gone, it's become a blue. Alright, let's go in with the shimmers. I've already put another layer of my base here, so I'm going to first go in with the deepest shade, which is Magnetic. Now this looks like a very deep kind of purple blue shade, so let's see how this ends up looking on my lid. I'm just going to put a little bit here, because I want this here at the end, but I do want like a different shade in the inner corners, because I do want my eyes to look a bit brighter. So I'm going to just do that, and that's perfect. I love the way that that's looking. I'm gonna take my finger, get a little bit of Secret, it's very pretty, and we're gonna put that in the inner corners right here. You can see how that's looking. I will have to go in and kind of blend, but I wanted to just kind of do like a different color story. I think that I will go in for an inner corner shade, because as you can see there's still space here and here that I can fit in one more shade, which I do want to do. So I'm going to get the shade Reveal, which is that one over there. And also as kind of like a highlighter, I think. And take that maybe a bit upwards, because that's too pretty a shade to not feature. Yeah, oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that's very different from some of the looks that I've done, so I'm enjoying that. Whew, this is a very, very beautiful look, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to just line my eyes, finish up the look, and I will come back and give you the makeup details, and you'll be able to see everything. Hey everyone, so this is the completed look and I'm so happy that I got to do this with you. It's been a while since I really got to dig into my makeup and just do a look and really enjoy myself and not care about reviewing every single shade. So this has been really good, and of course I have chronic rhinitis, so I'm not able to wear makeup every day, so being able to just do it occasionally every now and then is something that I just have to get used to with my life being the way that it is, because the powders go into my nose and they make me sneeze. So it's not that I don't want to wear makeup every day. I would actually love to do that, and I can do cream products every day if I wanted to, but powder, it's very hard. So that's why eyeshadow is something that I'm not able to do on a daily basis. If you're following my channel and you're wondering why there are some videos I have of me just not wearing any makeup at all, it's probably because I'm taking a break because the chronic rhinitis fled up, and that's why I couldn't wear it. So anyway, let me just give you the makeup details and then I'm going to say goodbye. But I do want to show you Erica's photos as well. Like, this is what she's done for the Cooltrals thing, and you can also see that this is just a recap of her neutrals, which I already showed you before in the first tutorial. But yeah, you can see how lovely it is when you can get two people using the same product getting such different looks coming through. So I really love that, and yeah, I think that she did a fantastic job, and I don't think I could have done the look she did. So it's just nice that you see something so personalized and customized to like the individual. So the makeup details here are very simple. I went in with my Yensa foundation. Absolutely love this. It's so good, and it's got SPF 40. It's the shade Tan Neutral. This is probably the one foundation that I use like for every single thing nowadays. It's my go-to foundation because it just seems to work the best for my skin. I love the way it makes my skin look. And I went in with another Yensa product. This is the Radiant Rose Blusher. It's a cream blusher, one of my favorite blushers that I own. It's just so nice. Look at the color coming through here. It's so pretty. It's a very subtle pink. It may not be coming through as much on the camera because I've noticed that I can see the color when I'm looking in my mirror, but sometimes the camera doesn't pick it up. So if I want it on the camera, I'm gonna have to add on like a ton of blusher, and I don't want to do that because I feel like this is just perfect, and like I like this. And then of course I went in for a nude pink shade. This is the shade Kebi from Juvia's Place, and it's a really lovely pink. You can see what it looks like. I went over that with the Shina B lip gloss. This is Besitos, and I kind of felt like that was just perfect for this because this is already so dramatic. I didn't need a lip that was going to be very dramatic. So that's basically that. And last but not least, this eyeliner here, this green one here, is by Shades by Shan. This is a gel eyeliner in the shade Tacha. I was actually talking about this in my Ipsy video on Saturday, so if you caught that, then you would have heard. But basically, I have received some eyeliners from Ipsy that I've absolutely loved. Some of them have been meh, and I've just not reached for them that much. But this one here by Shades by Shan is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love the color. I think it's beautiful. It's so creamy and it gets onto your eyes without any trouble at all. So I absolutely love using it. And I actually wish there were more eyeliners like this. Like, I'm still hunting and trying to find, like more brands that I can use, because eyeliners are actually my favorite product. They're even more, like, I love eyeliners more than I even love eyeshadows, because I just grew up always using eyeliners, and it was all the Indian brands, like Lakme, and then there was Color Bar, and like most of my eyeliners were from there. And I got a couple from Revlon, but I realized that Revlon actually doesn't sell the same products in India that it sells over here. So those products were specifically like, Indian skin tones and everything and our needs. So you got like super intense eyeliners there too. And I kind of wish that there was some like that here in the US, which were, because those prices are actually very affordable as well for me. So whenever I go back to India, I always restock my eyeliners. The sad thing is I haven't gone back to India since 2019 because of COVID, and this is the longest I have not actually been in India, and I have not been able to restock my eyeliners. So I'm just waiting for someone to go there and come back and maybe like get some eyeliners for me, because I really miss them. So thank you for joining me for this. I'll have some other videos up during the week, and I look forward to seeing you then, and I hope you had fun doing these 2 tutorials with me. Let me know if there's any kind of tutorial that you're actually looking forward to, because I want to dip more into products that I already own. I know that I do a lot of reviews on the channel, but I also want to make use of what I already own, and it's just all about time management, because there's never enough time to do all of this. Plus, I'm also going to be working very soon, and that's going to eat into my time as well. So I just hope that I'm able to manage everything. But yeah, I've had so much fun doing this. think that I'd like to do it again at some point. So remember to follow Erica, and I will see you soon for another video. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.